Spin, a magazine that celebrates contemporary music, relates what happened next as confessed by accomplice Nick MacDonald. Brian pulled a small plastic object from his father's hand. It was Brian's favorite cassette, Frog Stomp by the group Silverchair. "That's my expletive tape," he shrieked. Brian stuck the cassette in the stereo, rewound to the beginning of Israel's Son, and pushed play. Brian started kicking the bodies of his parents in time to the pounding guitar chords, yelling insults with each blow. "This is for kicking me out." Thump. "This is for breaking my stuff." Whack. "Now you're dead." Okay, I can hear the objections coming.
No, I'm kidding. I think it's absurd whenever the media tries to blame artists for violence, especially, you know, in the context of something like Columbine, you know, where they were saying that there was some kind of a violent movement of music that was causing the youth of America to turn on each other. You know, I thought that was ludicrous.
The messages these bands are getting across, us, anybody, is nothing harmful to anyone whatsoever. It's not telling you to do drugs, to kill somebody, to hurt somebody. It's just feelings that other people have made you feel.
I never heard of anybody being able to kill somebody with a CD. You know what I'm saying?
When a dude's getting bullied and shoots up the school and they blame it on Maryland. And the heroin, where were the parents at? And look where it's at.
Let's get the straw man out of the way, shall we? Listen carefully. Music is not solely or even primarily responsible for Eric and Dylan, or anyone else for that matter, killing someone or committing some other immoral act. In the same way, the publication of Uncle Tom's Cabin by itself didn't start the Civil War, but it did so fire the imaginations of the millions who read it that President Lincoln greeted its author as the little lady who made this big war. Neither can Taco Bell's ad campaign by itself account for the astronomical increase in Chihuahua sales since the commercials first began to air.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
But one would have to be either ignorant or a liar to deny some degree of linkage.
A tattoo on your tongue, a porn, that is a fan right there.
There's no question that music, art, and the popular media has enormous power to influence, to capture the imagination, to push people along a little faster in the direction to which they're already inclined, and in some instances, even to help change that direction.
Be all you can be.
And there is ample evidence to suggest that of all the things that have the power to capture the imagination, there is none more evocative, more electrifying than music. Don't believe me?
The music I listen to doesn't affect me because I know it's just music.
I think the music that you listen to doesn't really affect your life. It's pretty trivial, you know.
Like, you know, kind of like go out there and do what they tell, go out there and do what they telling me to do.
They're not, you know, enforcing anything on you. They're just saying how they believe.
Because they're just doing their life as long as you keep living your life and just listen to the music. That's all it is. Listen and hearing it. You ain't got to do what they do.
I don't. I just like sitting back and listening to music. You know, it don't affect me really.
You know, I like to listen to it, but I don't, you know, base myself on what someone said.
I think that all of this controversy is like useless. You know, it's just a song.
It's just music, you know? I believe that.
Music and vibrations are the basis of everything. They pervade everything. Human consciousness is reflected by them. Atoms are vibrations between positive and negative forces. Some very subtle, some complex, but it's all music.
Popular music's young fans may want to insist that it's all just music, that the songs they listen to and the videos they watch are not having any real impact on their lives. But how does that line up with the opinions of those who actually make, study, and promote the music?
The music comes to people on a subconscious level. It gets right to the core, and it has a way of transforming you.
And songs, oh my God, songs so powerful that you are forever changed.
You know, people say that music can change the world, and it really can.
Music works in mysterious ways. You know, once it goes in, you have really no say about what it does to you.
Music is our weapon. We also promote the idea of unification between the body and the spirit.
Music is a complete ocean. They hit one note, every hair in your body is going to stand up. And you feel like you just made love, or you just touched God's feet, or both at the same time.
I was 19 years old when I first saw the Rolling Stones. They've rocked my ass off. They've inspired me in word and deeds. From the first instantly recognizable chords, it grabs you hard, it goes to your gut, your muscles twitch, and it's deep in your soul.
Rock and roll. It's an intense force. It can move mountains, stir up love affairs, and encourage revolution.
Look at this. You're just amazed by the power of it. And I was also aware that you could just say, kill, and, you know, just somehow the surge would happen.
Funny thing about people, Gene Simmons can on the one hand talk about this power to evoke this surge, and on the other hand spend his life defending rock music as a harmless diversion, as just a way of letting off steam and having fun. In the same way, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers can in the same sentence talk about music's tremendous power to influence people in positive ways.
Music is made to create beauty in the world, you know. Right. There's always need for more beauty in the world, and that's what music is. It, you know, makes people happy. It gives people something creative to focus on.
Things at Woodstock while maintaining, as we saw earlier, that it couldn't possibly have any negative effect on its listeners.
You know, I thought that was ludicrous. You know, I thought the media was broken.
Thank you, sir. Music is a magical gift.
At the 2000 Grammy Awards, Recording Academy President Michael Green echoed Kiedis when he gushed about music's power to help people, while denying that it could ever provoke to harm.
Enhance the spatial intelligence in newborns, and let's not forget that the arts are a compelling solution to teen violence. They're certainly not the cause of it. Tonight,
a year later, this doublespeak was turned on its head with the controversial performance and triple Grammy nomination of raunch rapper Eminem. Suddenly, practically every liberal women's and homosexual support group in America was up in arms because of his music's potential to affect behavior, to encourage violence and hatred.
My words are like a dagger with a jagged edge. It'll stab you in the head, whether you're a fag or les. Let a homo sex, a math, or a trans or vest. Pants or dress, hate facts, the answer's yes. Homophobic.
But what's the big deal if it's only music? Didn't anyone listen to Mr. Green the year before?
Teen violence. They're certainly not the cause of it.
No one was more vocal in his defense of rock music than Frank Zappa, one of the most innovative and influential musicians and composers of the contemporary era. From interviews to books to his testimony before Congress, Zappa has insisted again and again, music is only music. It can't hurt anybody. And yet, in an article he wrote for Life magazine, Zappa noted rock's rather incredible power when he quoted Hal Zeiger, one of the music industry's first big promoters. I realized that this music got through to the youngsters because the big beat matched the great rhythms of the human body. I knew there was nothing that anyone could do to knock that out of them, that they would carry this with them the rest of their lives. Zappa further observed, the ways in which sound affects the human organism are myriad and subtle. The loud sounds and bright lights of today are tremendous indoctrination tools. Well, one might wonder how a tremendous tool for indoctrination that operates in myriad and subtle ways and will be carried with us for the rest of our lives can be only music. But leaving that alone, these types of observations by both musicians and people who work in and around the industry leave little doubt as to music's incredible power over its audience. Virtuoso guitarist Eddie Van Halen rightly observed, music really is